So we're out here in the square foot garden and it's going to frost tonight. In fact, it's going to freeze pretty hard. We're going to get down, it's supposed to get down to about 27 degrees tonight. And so we're going to try and cover the square foot garden here and see if we can keep it surviving, because we know beyond that we have at least a week of good weather. And I recruited Chris Cooper to help me.
I'm here to help.
So one of the great things about this is that we have these fences here. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to put some 2x4s from the fence down to the far side. So that'll support the weight of our cover and hopefully keep the plants from getting crushed.
Hopefully.
Okay, now we can't just put plastic over this, because plastic is really good at building up heat during the day, and we're going to probably leave this on for a couple days because it's going to get cold for a few nights in a row. But also, plastic doesn't really insulate. So what we're going to do is we have some drop cloths that we're going to put over the plants, and then on top of that we're going to put plastic. Okay, so we got this great painter's drop cloth here that's happens to have a hole in almost exactly the right place to put over this pole.
I think it's on your side.
There it is, right there.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
and put the pole through there. Make sure we cover up the eggplant. Now we have some smaller drop cloths that we'll just kind of use to fill in here. And it's important when you are doing this that your covering goes all the way to the ground, because you're trying to capture the ground heat and keep it in with the plants. And I have some twine here, and so what we can do is we can just cut a little piece of twine, and rather than having to put a hole in the tarp, we just go ahead and tie a corner here. And then I can take that and tie it to our trellis. Okay, now that we're done with putting the fabric over it, we're gonna go back over it and put a piece of plastic over it, because that'll really hold the air in.
Got it. Got it.
Can I get some more? So we have two pieces of plastic here. We're gonna put one on above the post that we have for the eggplant, and we're going to put the other one on below, so that way we don't have to put a hole in our plastic. Now that we've got the plastic on and the fabric on, we just got to hold it all down with blocks. So we're just going to go around the backside here with blocks, and they're just out here now. Chris, if you want to just grab some, put them on at corners or where plastic comes together, things like that. So we got it all wrapped up. We've got the layer of fabric, the layer of plastic. Hopefully it'll stay nice and warm.
Looks good. So I did notice that there was a bucket under here. So what's the big tub for?
Right. So I don't know if you noticed, but I turned on the irrigation system right before we started so that the ground can get nice and wet.
Okay.
Then we're also going to fill up that tub with water.
All right.
And it's just going to sit there. It's kind of nice because we have the overhang because of the way we built the trellis. Let me go turn the hose on. The reason for that is that water is a really, really good holder of heat.
Right.
And so even though the water's not warm, you wouldn't want to take a bath in it, but it still can release a lot of heat during the night, which will help keep the plants nice and warm.
And that's what we want.
Yeah. There's another benefit to that, and that is that if it gets warm in here during the day, which it might do, that will help absorb the heat as well, which actually then benefits you at night. So the water can be used to absorb the heat during the day, keep it cooler, release the heat at night, keep it warmer.
That's good.
So let's go ahead and put this down and put blocks on it. And
seal it in, right?
Yep. Now we'll come back in a couple days after the cold nights are over and see how we've done.
Thanks for watching. We have other quick tips. Just subscribe below.